Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a tutorial on how to paint cherries with watercolor. I'll try to explain the process of painting in a step-by-step manner so that you can easily understand. For painting these cherries, you don't need any exceptional skills in watercolor. Any beginner can do this easily. I'm using a graphite pencil to do a rough sketch of the cherries here. Notice the shape of the cherries. It is almost a sphere, but there is a small dimple on top. Draw the stalks from their center and complete the drawing by adding the shadow. Now we can paint the cherries layer by layer. I am using a wet on wet technique for this painting, but I'll allow the painting to dry after every layer. Once it is completely dried, I'll rewet the paper and add the next layer. This way we can add a lot of layers without disturbing the previous layers. The advantage of painting in several layers is that we can have a lot of control over the spread of the colors. For the first layer, I'm just wetting the paper with a very dilute mix of red and rose colors. Just use the brush to pick up these two colors and water it down till the color is very pale. Try not to go outside of the graphite line. Even if you accidentally painted outside, just use a brush to wipe it clean. Now allow it to dry completely before adding the next layer. But we can use that time to do the initial layers of the stock. I'm using a very dilute mix of Payne's grey as the base for the stock. Once the first layer is dry, rewet it with clear water. Be careful not to spill water outside of the line. Once it is wet again, use the same mix of red and rose, but this time with less water to dilute. Just paint it over the top portions of the cherry. It will spread spontaneously and will not leave any hard edges. I am leaving the lower part of the cherries lighter because the reflected light from the floor is hitting there. This way, complete all three cherries and allow the layer to dry. Now coming to the third layer, we are going to add two colors here. Just like before, rewet the paper. Now I am going to add the red color. I mixed some yellow to the red to make it even brighter. You'll get an orangish red by mixing with yellow. Make sure to add minimum amount of water to get that intense color and paint it over the top of the cherries. Mix some reddish purple by using red and purple. If you don't have any purple color in your palette, you can mix some cool blues directly with red to get a muddy purple. Dilute it with some water and paint it on the lower part of the cherry. You can add these shades in the same layer as I did, or you can dry and rewet after the red layer. The result is going to be similar anyways. By the time this layer dries, I used some sap green and yellow ochre to paint over the stalk. Just allow the colors to spread by its own. Now coming to the fourth and final layer. In this layer you have to mix some Payne's grey or any dark shade with some purple or red to get a really dark shade. Use it with little water to get maximum contrast. Just like before, rivet the paper and add this dark color from the top and underneath the cherries where the shadows are strongest. You can use a dry brush to pick the excess color and smooth out the edges. For the shadows I am using the same color I used for the last layer, but I diluted it with a lot of water. Just wet the area first and then add the color. Let it spread the color by its own. This way we can get a smooth edge. Now the painting is almost finished. Now we only have to add the highlights. For that, allow the painting to dry completely. After it is dry, use an X-Acto knife to scrape off the color to reveal the white of the paper. You can also use a white pencil or an opaque white color from watercolor. So the painting is completed. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more art videos like this, and you can follow me on all social media linked below.